31 cents a day. You can protect your family from unexpected and costly furnace breakdowns with a direct energy heating protection plan. And we'll be there as fast as same day to help you get out of the cold. Direct Energy is now Intercare Home Services. While our name is changing, you can still count on our commitment to same-day service. Visit directenergy.com/Intercare for details. This update is brought to you by Direct Energy.
Last night at the ACC, but the Rangers find a way to win it. I'm Andrew Walker with your Sportsnet Central update. Didn't look pretty through 40 minutes last night. The New York Rangers led the Leafs 4-2 after 2 and were dominating play. But cue the comeback. Morgan Riley makes it 4-3 with his second goal of the game, and then Daniel Winnick, trade bait, ties it up 4. That came minutes before Matt Zuccarello won this one for the Rangers with about 6 minutes to go. 5-4 to the final. Rangers over the Leafs last night. 2 goals for Morgan Riley, given 3 in the last 2 games. The first multi-goal effort of his career.
It's tough with a team like that when you're trading chances all game. You get down early and you're playing catch up, it feels like, and then we get one. And then we're down 1, and we give up 1, and we're down 2. It's just, a tough way to play.
Meanwhile, Leaf star Phil Kessel, one of the worst nights of his Leafs career. He was -4 and only played 12:57 in this one. The Leafs now visit the Islanders tomorrow. Elsewhere around the NHL, Montreal needed overtime to get by Philly 2-1. It was David Desharnais, the game winner. Dallas 5, the Bruins 3. Couple of goals for Jamie Benn. Florida all over Anaheim 6-2, and the Ottawa Senators hold off the Sabres 2-1. Robin Lehner had to make 35 saves. And a big win for the Jets, 2-1 in overtime over Minnie. The Wild had won 6 in a row. Big one for the Toronto Raptors tonight. They look to extend their lead on the Washington Wizards at the ACC. Toronto was second in the East, 2.5 games up on the Wiz. We have the game for you right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Tip-off at 7:30. Pregame goes at 7. Last night, Chicago closes the gap, 104-86 over Sacramento. And the Pistons making a run in one of those final 2 playoff spots, 106-78 over Charlotte. And NFL news, even with the year remaining on his contract, a report out of Seattle says that Marshawn Lynch may not be back with the Seahawks next season. In fact, he's reportedly considering retirement. You're listening to the home of Leafs Nation, Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Jeff Blair Show. This morning at 9. Andrew Walker on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Best and worst is coming up in about 6 minutes. What we liked, what we didn't like from last night's sports. Today is the anniversary, though, of Buster Douglas defeating Mike Tyson in Japan, which is one of the great all-time individual sporting upsets, like betting odds that has ever occurred. It's probably the most famous boxing upset in history.
I think it's there. 42-1. And nobody knew Douglas. And I can't remember the circumstances around it. A guy like Stephen Bunn would nail this stuff. I mean, 25 years ago in Tokyo, they had this fight in Tokyo, I think, because there wasn't going to be a big market. And at that point, Tyson was, to describe him as a machine, like destroying all comers, Michael Spinks, Frank Bruno, doesn't matter who, Destroy. No, exactly. To not ever come close to losing. And I think he goes over to Japan thinking, there's a payday here. I can, get myself into a different market. We didn't talk as much about athletes and global branding at that point, but it's still fascinating to watch it on YouTube and watch him lose that fight. It was incredible. He was, again, this 42-1 underdog. Douglas fought the fight of his life, never won another important fight after that. And there's no other way to describe it. I didn't get to see it live, but when you woke up on a Sunday morning and heard on the radio that he lost, you were shocked. You were, whatever was going on in your life, you almost knew where you were when you heard about it.
It was 25 years ago, and it is one of the great upsets. So we ask you, 595 is our text line. @Brady Walker is our Twitter account. What is the biggest sports upset that you can remember watching? And it's really easy, I think, to say, okay, Miracle on Ice, 1980. It's famous. They made movies about it. I wasn't of a cognizant age that it mattered to me. You, I guess,
yeah, it was monstrous. It was monstrous. I only wish Canada didn't get to play in the group with the Soviets. And you can imagine if a bunch of Canadians in 1980 who were university guys or guys, from the AHL. I remember the 84 team had guys like Russ Cortnell, Pat Flatley. If that team had beaten the 84 Soviets, it would have been just as big an upset.
Now, there's all kinds of different upsets, of course, game by game. I just remember if you're going to certain sporting events or certain fights or whatever, and you always know that it's sports. Somebody always has a chance. But once in a while, you'll come across a game. For me, honestly, it's the 2008 Super Bowl. You look at the unbeaten Patriots, and then there's the New York Giants, who kind of went on this fluky winning on the road. They're in the Super Bowl. I remember thinking there was 11 ways from Sunday how this game could go, and none of them involved the New York Giants winning. There was no chance. The Patriots were an absolute machine. And then, one David Tyree catch later. And it's one of the biggest upsets I ever remember watching.
And the best part of it was it started to build. It was close enough. Like the Patriots weren't just going to... Because the Patriots, that was post-Spygate, and they talk about destroying. They were destroying teams and having fun with beating teams 42-7 and 45-10 every single week.